be dynamic unless there is prayer before church. Your services cannot move people unless there is prayer. Though I'm not going to talk about prayer, prayer is the basis of whether I live for God or I don't. Prayer is the foundation of me. Now, maybe not you. If I don't pray, my world goes sideways. Everything about me. You cannot fight off temptation. You're not going to fight off anything without prayer. Prayer is the key. I said prayer. I just don't give enough amens.
Amen.
You know, it's... And that's... I want to examine me. My prayer life is my everything. Without prayer, I'm nothing. I'm going to tell you something. Without prayer, we're going to fall to everything. The voice of the Lord that we have been talking about, how many have longed for, maybe you have a writing pen and a pencil. Maybe you have something that you can jot this down with. I am in a place that an all-night prayer meeting sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you something. Have you ever gone out of an all-night prayer meeting? I mean a real all-night prayer meeting. If you round it up at the same time and everybody hits the door at the same time, there's no ill feelings toward anybody with anybody as you went out the door, regardless what you had when you came in.
Yes.
It's going to be a struggle this morning, I can tell. I can't release unless I pray. I can't conquer unless I pray. I can't walk unless I pray. Without a foundation, I fall. Without, you know, and it's interesting, you only have to have your grandkids overnight, and you see characteristics in their parents, and unfortunately, their grandparents. I have been a good influence on my grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Maybe not always positive. And I hope that my grandkids go home and they teach their mom a song that I taught them while they were at the dinner table.
No.
They're easily impressed. I sing this song a couple of times, and Matthew is intently listening. And I stop, and we're eating, and he got the words all right, but man, he's got the message. So I had to stop him and explain to him, you know, he got kind of the words in the wrong places. So he was practicing, so when he goes home, he can teach his mom a new song. His mom is going to be so proud of me, I promise. But grandkids, listen to me, grandkids are also impressive on you. So, somebody gets up at 5 o'clock this morning. Well, actually 4, and by 4:30, he's cooking for the grandkids. Now, he didn't wake the grandkids up, of course. Well, DJ got awake a little bit. I made them chocolate Dr. Pepper pancakes. with vanilla and sugar. Lots of sugar. And for breakfast, they had, you don't need no, there's so much syrup in this stuff you don't need. You don't put syrup on them afterwards, you just eat them plain. Now you can make them healthy or unhealthy. And today, they like chocolate. And if you leave them just a little gooey in the middle for them, you know, the gooey chocolate, and that Dr. Pepper flavor, now they're in seventh heaven. Now they're going to crash and burn sometime soon, but right now they're sugared up. So grandkids have a way that they know. Now those of you who have grandkids know what I'm talking about. DJ comes up today. He said, Grandpa, I need drumsticks. I said, wasn't there lots of drumsticks in that bag? Yeah, but. You know how grandkids, anybody else have grandkids that do that?
Oh, yeah.
And he says, yeah, you know, in my bass pedal, the pad, you know, it's really bad. I said, well, I played on it, DJ, and it sounded okay. Yeah, but I need a better one. I said, this. I said, well, did you ask your dad? Yeah, but he ain't got no money, so I'm asking you. Now, I already owe Matthew a present. I asked him, so when you going to, next time you go, Grandpa, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go to Lubbock with you. I'm going to go shopping. But DJ knows that I'm not going to forget what he said. Oh, come on now. I seen a birthday pop up on Facebook of somebody's grandchild. And one of the grandmothers was saying how handsome he was.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, grandparents. When you start believing that stuff, your grandkids get anything they want. Now, hang on with me. It may be humorous, but I'm bringing a point. I don't care what your mindset is. Now, I went out to the base, and they had a really nice intermediate set of electric drums. The guy, they were brand new. He had all kinds of stuff put on them for $200. So Grandpa went out there and bought them. Now, Grandpa tells DJ, I hope he can't hear me, this is the absolute last pair of drums you'll ever get from me if you don't take care of it. However, I know that he knows that I know, and he knows I know, that somewhere down the road, he's going to smooth another set.
That's how they do.
He doesn't, I'm going to say, DJ, what's wrong with the set you got? Well, you see. He's kind of softening, you know, something and this and this and this happened. You know how that goes. Now, I know that he knows that I'm going to say no. Ain't happening. And I'm going to at least put it off till Christmas. Here's what I'm trying to say. If our own children and our grandchildren persuade us to change our minds about a mindset.
Yes.
Huh? Now we can take a foundation. We try anyway. And, you know, they're running around the house and they're playing and you know, we're having fun and without a moment's hesitation, you will break your own rule in the right situation.
True.
Right.
Because you made the rule. I made the rule. I know I'm going to break the rule. I may wait, but I know it's coming. Y'all don't understand.
Yes.
You lose that bicycle, I ain't going to buy you another. The day that thing goes and they're crying and I didn't mean to leave it out front, you're down there trying to buy a bicycle. The devil comes at me and he comes at you. And he sways your thinking. God made the rules. So we can't change them. So we change us against the rule, not for the rule. I try to find loopholes in the Bible to get by that stuff. Gluttony is a sin. It's not gluttony, it's my thyroid. Oh, just you just have to hang on with that in a while. Being chained to any one thing is a sin. But I have a cup of coffee every morning. I'm only allowed one. However, I'm chained to that every morning. I used to stay with the Davenports. God bless their souls. And if you got up and said something to Mama Davenport in the morning, you're lucky you lived. Now, when she drank her coffee, and you let that coffee kind of get into the bloodstream a little bit, well, she was back to herself. And we even made her a coffee mug that says, "Do not speak to me until I drink my coffee." Now, she may be on unleaded coffee by now, but there's things I'm addicted to, whether I admit it or not. I'm fat because I'm addicted to food. They were Diet Dr. Pepper. It was the sugar that wasn't diet. All I had was Diet Dr. Pepper. They don't care. What I'm saying is, if I don't love the foundation, if I'm not in love with the foundation. Now, I got up this morning. I'm not patting myself on the back. My wife struggles because she's on medication all week, and then she goes off the medication because her cognizance of playing the piano and reading music, she can't do it. So she comes off, and as soon as she comes off, of course, the migraine starts, and then I don't know which is worse. But now listen, now y'all treat your wives any way you want to. I don't care. Or husbands. But I made her a different kind of pancake. And I made her some eggs. And I took them to her and I served them to her. This isn't just today. I do this often. Good. Whether she wants to admit it or not. Good. Whether she appreciates it or not, I do it all the time.
She does.
And I got up because her bone density loss is so bad that it is coming, the bones are coming, the jaws coming through her gum lines. It's very difficult for her to eat. So I made her Bates style tomato and green chili soup with corn and chicken. Now it's Bates style. Now Donald knows what Bates style is. We make it and take it to work. That means it's got a bite on the tail end. Now listen to me. The basis of why I do this is not that she'll love me, because it makes no difference, trust me. Y'all laugh if you want to, but it's a fact. If you do something so somebody will like you better or love you more, you've done it for the wrong reason.
Yes.
Amen.
You did it because you love them, not they love you.
Exactly.
Correct.
It's up to them to reject you. It's up to them to throw it away. It's up to them. You don't get no favors by doing it, I promise you. Except the dishes when you're done. It helps nothing but me. Huh? Now, I try to be somewhat thoughtful. And I say somewhat because the older you get, the worse you get. Huh? The longer you're married, the longer. I don't work car door anymore. Her hands ain't broke. What's wrong with
Oh
you?
my gosh.
Y'all looking at me funny. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't sit together in the car anymore unless the kids are up there and you're forced to. Honey, my back hurts. I gotta sit over here. There's always. But listen to me. If you serve God for what you get back from God, you serve God for the wrong reason.
All right.
I don't get something from God. I give something to God. I try to give something to Him. Not so He will pat me on the back. My guy's always looking for a pat on the back. I'm not patting you on the back. You're getting paid to do that. What's wrong with you? Now, once a year, my boss would give us a bonus, and he would tell you then, hey, I appreciate you. But for your daily chores and doing a job well done, that's what the well done is not so your boss is pleased with you, but so you're pleased with yourself and what you've accomplished. Huh? You can please others, and there's times to say, hey, man, I appreciate what you've done today. Man, you really hustled hard. Here's a bonus. Now, if that $100 bill don't help you, you got problems. It don't motivate you, you got problems. So God gives us that $100 bill, but not because of that. Hang on with me. You see, you're all over the spectrum, I know, but I'm going to bring you back. I'm so proud of my son. He remembered one thing I said, and he's practiced it all week. If you drop something on the floor, don't look where it landed, because it ain't there.
Yeah.
I've heard that all week long. He said, well, it ain't where it dropped. He said, I never thought about that before, as we drop a piece to a grinder, and I said, you know where it's at? No. I said, I guarantee you, I'm an old man. It's in the middle of the car where you can't reach it from either side. That's where they land. And guess what? It was in the middle of the car. But he got something. Don't look for a screw where it drops. But here's my problem. And if you got this problem, I'm with you. The question is this: what do I do when I get upset? Now, if you got a piece of paper and a pencil, Stephanie, I made an extra copy for you because I knew you weren't going to. John chapter number 14 will help you when you get upset. You got that? John chapter 14. When I'm upset. How many get upset? How many run off at the mouth when you get upset?
I try not to, but I have.
Yeah.
You know, you can either sit here and be wholly sanctified. Some of us will wait until you pushed us to the limit, and then we blow steam from 40 miles ago.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, come on I was at my property in Arizona, and a person that's not even supposed to be living in a house is screaming at me in front of these workers, and I'm sitting there, and it goes on for about 6 hours. And they said, "We are amazed that you're able to put up with this." I said, "I have a breaking point." And she comes out and tells the guys, "I hope you're getting paid, cash every day, because now I've never seen this lady. I've never talked to this lady. She knows nothing about me." She said, "I'm sure he's a shyster." Guess what? My teapot went off. I went down. I went to Office Max. I got a piece of contract that said, "You will remove yourself from this premises." And I filed it with the court. And I said, "Lady, you pushed my button that you should not have pushed." Well, I'm sorry. I said, "No, you're out. Go. Get your stuff and get out." I didn't blow my stack, but I was upset. My spirit was upset. Your spirit can say more than your words can ever say.
Amen.
So when you're upset, you go to John chapter number 14. But if you're weak, how many's been weak? Really? I got both of them.
Yeah.
Come on now. When you're weak, before you fall, go to Psalms, the 18th division.
I love that scripture.
Verse number 1 through verse number 29. I gotta hurry. If you're lonely, how many get lonely? You know what? I'm sorry. But if that's something I just fight. And I fight it constantly, and I seem to fight it more and more and more and more. I'm lonely. I'm lonely all the time. Doesn't matter how many people I'm around, doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm lonely. I have this sinking, lonely feeling all the time. You know what happens when you get lonely?
You get depressed.
You get depressed, and your mind starts beating on you.
Yes.
I don't know why. I can be driving down the road. I have no happiness. Now, come on, I'm being transparent in anything. I can't even go out and buy something and make myself happy. I mean, at least you normally get happy for 30 minutes.
Not even a truck.
Not even a truck.
Wow.
That truck, somebody else was supposed to have driven.